Blindside flanker, a position that's become a bit of a hybrid position in recent years. A lot of the times now, a good lock, a good mobile lock can become a great blindside flanker, and a really good eighth man can become a blindside flanker as well. It's a really difficult position to play, but it's a really even more difficult position to excel in. But the players that do excel at this position are world class. I mean, Peter Steph du Toit, Tom Curry, Charles Olivant, but we're going to rank them today. We're going to see who are the top 10 blindside flankers currently in World Rugby. Okay, so at number 10, I've gone for Matt Fagerson. He's a very underrated player currently, and I really can't wait to see how he plays for Scotland in the Six Nations. He's been a really good player for Glasgow recently, and he's a guy that just really put in some big performances ever since signing for Glasgow. I remember he wasn't really the most well-known player there, but he's really come through and shown what he can do. Moving on to number 9. Paul Baudehent. For the French players, sorry for my pronunciations, guys. I try my best. I honestly do. Paul Baudehent. He's still young. He's got at least 2 World Cup campaigns ahead of him, and he's shown that he's a really good player. I mean, being chosen for France in that position, which is a really big position for France recently, just shows what a quality player he is. So I'm really excited to see how he goes. He's really impressed me every time he's played for France. So I've gone for him at number 9. At number 8, I've gone for the guy who's come back with a bit of an injury. And to be honest, I haven't been as impressed with him recently as I was before, but he is back from an injury. It's going to take time. Ulrich Lowe, he's back from a lengthy injury, but he is the sheriff. I really truly believe in this guy for the future of South African rugby. I think he is a future star. I think he's a star already. I mean, he's had some big performances against the likes of the All Blacks, Australia, big campaigns for the Springboks already, and I think he's a no-brainer for the next World Cup, whether it's second choice, third choice, lower, who knows. But I mean, after the 2027 World Cup, he's going to have a massive role to play in the Springbok squad going forward. And I think 7 is probably the best position for him going forward. There is a lot of guys coming through, but I think he is that big guy, the sheriff who can take the South African forward pack forward. At number 7, a guy who I really like watching play, Tom Hooper. He is so on the up right now. The last 2 seasons, he's been phenomenal. And his signing with Exeter now is one of the best signings they could have made. And I've been watching Exeter play. All the signings they've made, normally when you make new signings like this, it takes a while for them to really develop into a team. But these guys have just been on the form of their lives recently. I've loved watching Exeter play, and I think Tom Hooper is the perfect culture guy for Exeter. He fits in so well with their squad, and I mean, he's a guy I'm really excited to see play for the Wallabies. I'm really excited to see the Wallabies play in general. I don't know. I'm not a Wallabies fan at all, you can probably hear, but I just really can't wait to see how they play, because I didn't enjoy when they were at their lows. I don't enjoy when Wales are at their lows either. I want these teams to be good. I want international rugby to be like very competitive at every level, and I think Tom Hooper is one of those guys that's going to make sure the Wallabies, if they do lose, are very tough to beat. So at number 6, I've gone for Charles Olivant. I think he's declined recently a bit, but he can definitely make his way back into the top 5 with a big Six Nations or a big international season. I mean, he's a guy we were talking about in the 2023 World Cup and before that. Like, this guy is the next big thing, and he is the big thing. So I don't know what's happened with him recently. I know Toulon has kind of lost their form, and you can't just blame it on one player, of course. You obviously can't, but he's a really good player, and I can't wait to see how he plays in a system like the France international team alongside the guys like Dupont, Jalibert, guys that can really give him some open space to go and play the way he wants to play. I know he's been playing lock recently for Toulon, but I'd like to see him move back to the blindside flanker for France, because I think that's where he plays the best. I mean, he's a really mobile, he's an athlete, guys. This guy, I remember some of the tries he scored for France. He is an absolute athlete, and he just, once he gets going, you can't stop him. So really want him to get back, get some consistent game time, and it's going to be interesting to see how he does. Now moving into the top 5. Number 5, I've gone for someone who a lot of people forget about when talking about these, but I don't forget about him. I've thought this guy's one of the best in the world for years now. Marcos Kremer. This guy just looks like a rugby player. This guy is a beast, and I think he is so underrated. I think Marcus Kremer is one of the most underrated players currently in World Rugby. But I mean, I've gone for number 5 for him, which might even be a bit of an underrated position for him. He might even need to be higher, but every time he plays for Argentina, he is just world class, and I can't wait to see him play for Argentina again. He is a battering ram. If you just watch him on the field, like sometimes I just go and I watch players for like 5 minutes, he's always getting stuck in, and his tackle counts is always at least above 10, which just shows how much of an engine this guy has. And I think there was one game he made like 26 tackles in the World Cup. I mean, he's an absolute beast, and yeah, I can't wait to see how he goes in the next few years. And the crazy part is, he's not even that old. If I remember, he's still in like his mid-20s, which is scary just looking at him. So yeah, Marcus Kremer, number 5. Number 4, A lot of people might not agree with me putting him as a blindside flanker, but I still have Pablo Matera, very underappreciated player for Argentina. And I think it's a bit of a common theme with the Argentina players. They're very underrated when they're such good players and they could be starting in almost any other team in the world. I look at Argentina when they play the Springboks. I'm like, oh no, Argentina, this is going to be a tough game. I know Argentina is a world-class team with world-class players put together. And I think once things start clicking for Argentina, they're going to be tough to beat wherever they are. I mean, they've beaten the All Blacks in the last year. They've beaten the Wallabies. They've beaten they almost beat the Springboks at Twickenham. Almost made Springboks' lives quite hard. They've won lots of games recently, and I mean, they even beat the British and Irish Lions as well. So I mean, Argentina have a good team full of great players. So yeah, Pablo Matera, very underappreciated player. Everybody that's played with him, that's done an interview and spoken about him, just raves about how much of a good player he is, and he really is. He's such a workhorse. He's quick, he's athletic, he gets crucial turnovers, crucial steers, and the Argentine fans absolutely love him, and I know why. Number 3, this is a guy who's been playing number 8 for the last few seasons, and he's been mixing between both positions. I've gone for Rob Valentini. I think Rob Valentini is one of the best players in the world right now. Every time he plays for the Wallabies, he's a game changer. If you think about the British and Irish Lions tour, when Rob Valentini played, he was the game changer. Him and Will Skelton upped the physicality for the Wallabies, and the British and Irish Lions looked like they couldn't even handle it at one stage. And in the second and the third game for the British and Irish Lions, this guy really made a big difference with Will Skelton. They just upped the physicality, and looking back at the British and Irish Lions tour, they almost lost that second game, and they lost the third game, so the Wallabies nearly won that tour. And it was honestly the big catalyst in that change in their form from the first game to the second game was Rob Valentini and Will Skelton. I mean, this guy's insane. He could easily be top 2, but he has had a few injuries in the last season and he played less than usual. But he's a very, very important player for Wallabies, especially for the 2027 Rugby World Cup hopes. And I can't wait to see how this guy plays throughout 2027 and 2026. He's going to be absolutely awesome. He is a mega player. Just wish he can get a bit more consistent game time, but Wallabies have a very good selection problem in their loose forwards because they've got some really good players. I mean, Fraser McWright, Carlo Tizzano, Tom Hooper, Rob Valentini. They've got some great guys there. So they stacked right now at loose forwards. At number 2, I've gone for Tom Curry. I know a lot of people, maybe South Africans, because of what's happened in the past, don't seem to like him. But I really like Tom Curry. Every time I watch Tom Curry play, I think, this guy's a rugby player. This guy's a bit of a beast. So Tom Curry is one of those guys. I really like him as a rugby player, and I think he's one of those guys. He's a workhorse kind of a player. He can play 6, 7, or 8. He can play anywhere in the loose forwards, and he'll still have a very dominant performance. So I think Tom Curry might be underappreciated and underrated. I know England fans don't underappreciate him as a very, very appreciated player for England, but he has to be starting in games going into the 2027 World Cup because he is one of those players that he's just a starter. You get guys that can play well off the bench, or well starting, or either or, just well starting, just well off the bench. But he is a guy that has to start. I think once he's a starter, he just has that really good impact. He can lay the foundation for a team. He gets his big tackles in. He really gets the work rate up. He has a massive engine. He can last 60 to 70 minutes, maybe even 80. He's a very important player for England, and I really enjoy watching him play. So Tom Curry was a bit of a no-brainer number 2 for me. I think Rob Valentini and Tom Curry, I think I could have interchanged them if Rob Valentini played a bit more, just because of his ball carrying ability. But I think Tom Curry is a very underrated player, and he is a world-class player. Moving on to number 1, arguably the best rugby player in the world, two-time Rugby World Cup player of the, two-time Rugby World Cup champion, and two-time World Player of the Year, Pieter-Steph du Toit. He is probably considered the best blindside flank of all time now. I mean, arguably, he can be the best blindside flank of all time now, and he is definitely the best blindside Springbok flank of all time. Definitely. I think that debate's over now. As much as Johan Smith is one of my favourite Springboks of all time, I think Pieter-Steph du Toit is firmly in the all-time Springboks team right now, in anybody's list. So yeah, he is such an amazing player. I mean, he's won World Player of the Year in years where it really mattered for the Springboks, and I mean, World Cup man of the match in the final, something like 20, I don't even know how many tackles he made, but he made incredible amounts of tackles. And one thing that's with him is he's gotten a lot better with his little skills that he does, the little nuances of the game. His attacking ability's gotten better. He's much better in the wide channels on attack. Defense is good as well. Charge downs, because he is a guy that started his career as a lock, because he's a massive human being. He's a 2 meter tall guy. He was a lock at the Sharks. He was a lock at the Stormers. But because he's so mobile, was it, but he fits in seamlessly into that number 7 position for South Africa, number 6 for other countries, of course. But yeah, it's a no-brainer that Pieter-Steph du Toit is number 1. How long he'll be number 1 for? I think it's for as long as he keeps playing. But how long he will play for? I feel like he might retire after the 2027 World Cup, but luckily South Africa has great options for when he does retire, and I really am looking forward to see what South Africa does with their loose forwards once this current group like Jasper Wiese, Siya Kolisi, Marco van Staden, Pieter-Steph du Toit, once these guys decide to retire, Franco Mostert as well. I think there's a lot of good guys coming through. Evan Roos, Cameron Hanekom, Ruan Venter, Pepsi Buthelezi, Vincent Chichuka had a great game last week, so there's a lot of guys coming through for the Springboks right now, but no, I don't think any of them will be able to replicate or replace what this guy's done. I mean, Pieter-Steph du Toit is the legend when you think of South African rugby right now. And I think once it's all said and done, in my opinion, Pieter-Steph du Toit will be higher up in the Springboks all-time list than Eben Etzebeth for me. That's a bit of a hot take, but that's just how I feel about him. He is one of the best players ever, and for me, he's firmly a top 10 rugby player of all time, and probably a top 3 Springbok of all time. So yeah, Pieter-Steph du Toit takes the number 1. But yeah, guys, that's my top 10. Let's just run through it again. Number 1, Pieter-Steph du Toit. Number 2, Tom Curry. Number 3, Rob Valentini. Number 4, Pablo Matera. Number 5, Marcus Kremer. Number 6, Charles Olivon. Number 7, Tom Hooper. Number 8, Ulrich Loh. Number 9, Paul Bodehent. And number 10, Matt Vegason. If you guys think there was someone that I missed out, comment down below. Or if you guys agree and want to chat about it, comment down below as well. I love talking rugby. And if you guys do enjoy the videos, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're going to be doing previews, reviews, power rankings, everything going forward for the Six Nations, the knockout club games, all the international games throughout the year. A bit of a prediction for who teams might pick before games as well, guys. If you do enjoy that, please don't forget to like, subscribe to help the channel grow. And we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.